I check it, man. Being a baby father in, well, the world is hard because sometimes you run into people who want to use their kids as weapons. I check it. So last year I had got my daughter. Me and my baby mother had made an agreement that I was going to take over, right? But the agreement didn't seem solid because for some dumb reason I couldn't have her birth certificate, her social security card, anything that would prove that she has given me custody of our child. Now, that didn't fly with me, and I was not falling for her shenanigans. Like, she's one of those people who can talk to other stupid people and they understand what she's talking about, like it makes sense. But then when you talk to real people who are not stupid, they're like, well, if she's giving you custody, if she's turning over custody of your child to you, why wouldn't she give to you said paperwork? Birth certificate, social security card, and Medicaid card. Like, what if you need to take her to the doctors or something? If you ain't got proof of information, like, how they know they're just supposed to take my word for it? Like, I understand how stupid people are. That's why I really don't go on rants and raves like on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, because they're full of stupid people. Trust me, I know. Like, I look at Facebook all the time and see females like deflower themselves and then act like they're precious. Like, girl, please, like, you come off as a stripper slash thot, but you want somebody to treat you like you're not a stripper slash thot. Like, you cannot set the mode for this and expect something the hell else. Like, that's retarded. You understand? Like, it's just real simple stuff. Like, it's just the mentality of stupid. Like, I'm not going to look for gold in a pile of manure. You understand? There's nothing there. But people I feel like be making a lot of negative opinions are not real thinkers. Like, pay attention to the whole situation. It's like Dad tell me, Kyle, it's your fault for not wearing a condom. And once again, I tell him, hey man, the child is not the problem. It's the way the child is being treated and misused. Moving on. All right. So I wound up giving my daughter back to her mother because she didn't like the fact that I was taking a trip. Because one minute we're co-parenting, which we're always doing regardless. And the next minute, we're beefing for no damn reason. And it's not me actually beefing back with her. I don't engage in her shenanigans or stupidity. I voice my opinion about how she's using my child as a weapon, but she'll go on and tell everybody in the entire world I don't do nothing for my daughter. Or because I gave her back because her mother wasn't doing her part. Like, she wasn't, like, as a matter of fact, her mother told me to give her back. And then once again changed her mind. Like, she's so fun. Like, it's like everybody's supposed to play to her tune. Like, no, this ain't the tune. Like, if you're giving me my child, put me in your shoes and do me like you would want me to do you. Like, if I had my child and I was giving her to you, you don't think you would want the birth certificate, social security card, and Medicaid card? Like, what's all the extra shade for? I'm here to help you. But you're going to, like, make it harder for me to help you? Like, that's not stupid. Like, that's why I could back everything up when I call somebody stupid. I can back it up 100%. And all you hear is a bunch of ignorant, stupids, whatevers. Bunch of whatevers saying whatever. Sounding like whatever. Like, I'm serious. Like, on everything I love. So, supposed to get her for the summer. I had her for a minute. My daughter was complaining about her too. She had a cavity. Yo, I been asked for my daughter to get this thing fixed. But I'm like, all right, give me the Medicaid card. She's not giving me the information. I can't solve it. So I said, you know what? Since she want to be like this, I'm giving her back. Don't give my daughter back to me until you fix her tooth. Never got her back. The whole summer, my daughter ain't get her teeth fixed. because her mother thinks it's okay for our daughter to have a cavity. She said she's just going to grow out of it. She's getting new teeth anyway. That's not the case. Our child is a book. We got to write chapters of her life in. In her life, she can say when she was a child, her parents cared about her enough to take her to the dentist when she had a toothache. Now we're raising a child that probably isn't going to think it's that important to do so in the future. That's how you know these females are whatever. Like, not all of them, but a lot of them are. Because my Chantel Goodwin, she takes, like your mouth hurt, doctors, dentists, whatever, like anything, whatever the problem is, I give her that. They going to get medical attention. Everybody else but Tiana Reed. You know what I mean? It have to be dire situations, which it was one time. Eventually, a dire situation occurred. You know what I mean? Her mother hit me up like, you know, your daughter in the hospital for breathing. I'm like, yeah, like, all right, like, what y'all telling me for? Like, I feel like they just trying to use that to get me to come back when I'm already pissed off. Like, nah, like, her mother was on some stupid stuff that weekend before Monday, like before the week came in. That weekend, her mother was just throwing hella shade, telling my daughter to say she don't want to come with me and stuff like that, feeding his thoughts into my daughter's head. Told my daughter, oh, she was calling me all this time and I ain't answer the phone. Like, I knew it was her calling me. Like, this girl have like 15 text numbers or something like that, whatever. She always calling me from different numbers, like I'm supposed to be psychic and know it's her. Like, she think I'm just supposed to answer random phone calls. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. Whatever. So it's whatever. She's whatever. So basically, eventually I found out it was serious. But I had already told my baby mother's mother, who told me about my daughter being in the hospital, that, man, it's not that serious, man. Like I ain't beat, whatever. Her mother didn't even, my baby's mother's mother didn't even tell. Tiana's Reed's mother did not tell me the condition of my daughter. It took for Raven Fairley, my stepdaughter, to come to my house asking for like change to wash her clothes or something like that, because she ain't have enough, whatever, or some gas money. I think it was gas money, because she needed to go to work. Gonna tell me that, oh, you know your daughter, Tiana's daughter, is in the hospital. I think she got cancer or something like that. So I'm like, whatever, she ain't got no damn cancer. What hospital she in? In the Nork Hospital? I Googled these Nork Kids Hospital, and one of them said something about cancer. I said, if I call this hospital and my baby and my daughter's in that hospital, I ain't got no other choice. Like, I don't know what's wrong with our daughter has asthma. I've taken our daughter to the hospital because she couldn't breathe and stuff like that. I sat in the hospital. I never called her mother to come join me. I took a day off of work and everything. Nothing doesn't matter to me. My daughter does. Like, but she wound up in the hospital for something serious. Like, she had pneumonia. Still, I didn't know. I'm going to the hospital. I done told the hospital I'm on my way. The hospital told my baby mother that I was on my way. My baby mother calls me and tell me not to come. I'm cursing her out. She cursing me out. Get to the hospital. They tell him, she before I hung up with her, she told me she hung up on me. She told me she was gonna make sure that I don't get to see my daughter, and she's gonna do everything in her power, whatever the case may be. So her powers were weak because I wound up getting in there anyway, because she ain't had no paperwork to prove that I was a threat. There's no documentation, no nothing, period, stating that I was a threat. So boom, we get into a situation. We cool down, right? Because now she has to go change And as she's going to go change her life, like basically change her clothes because she was at the hospital with our daughter, I said, I'm going to stay here with my daughter, whatever the case may be. Because she made it seem like she wasn't leaving our daughter in the hospital, but she was. I eventually found out she was. Like, she had to go change. She's been changing. And she made it seem like she wasn't leaving the hospital. She stayed there the whole time with our daughter, but she was moonwalking to her baby mother, like not baby mother, her ex's house, Shaquilla, who lived in Newark at that time. So I get to the hospital, she leaves, she comes back. I'm not standing in the room with you. Our daughter's in one room. There's one chair for one parent. Only one parent has to be there. You came back, time for me to go. So I left. Got a phone call. This is like Wednesday, going on Thursday. I get the phone call Thursday night. Hey, I'm not going to be able to stay here. I need to check up on my other daughter. Talking to her. Like, all right, I come there. So I went there to the hospital. Stayed with my daughter for the rest of the night. Her mother came back that morning. When she came back that morning, I left again. Phone call. Come to the hospital. My daughter want to speak to you. Alright, I come to the hospital. Me and your daughter had a discussion. You're gonna take over. Okay. Alright. Say no more. I'm gonna take over. Boom, bang. Bing, bong, rather. Out of nowhere. Nah, fuck that, bing, bong. Excuse my language. Boom, bang. She said, I was going to take over. So, like, Friday, Saturday, then Sunday. Soon Sunday came. I done spent the whole weekend in the hospital with my baby. From Friday to Sunday. Sunday, they ready to sign her out. Sunday, her mother wants to take over. Not only is she taking over, she came there with Shaquilla, and Shaquilla want to act like my daughter's father. They're basically trying to bait me into a situation where I go to jail. Because you're not going to bring this little whatever B-word to the hospital so she can play daddy to my daughter because you're in your feelings. Little petty fool, indecisive fool. Whatever. So I play it off. I never mind it. I'm just being phony with her from now on. Like, you can't trust the words she say. I kind of knew better, but Bunky, it's no reason for me to do it. I'm only here to make sure my daughter's okay anyway. You don't want me to take over? Fine. Go on about my business. Do your thing. The only time she called me back was to ask me for some money to help her with the lawsuit. So now I find out why all of a sudden she wants to be a mother again for money. So I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, we all need our motivation. Like, if that's what's going to motivate you to be a better parent, then they need to give you all the money they can possibly give you. Bunk everything else. Let her get it. Bunk it. Like, that's my daughter's mother. Like, that's what I care about my daughter. Like I don't care about my son's mother or uncle, aunt, because of my child's feelings for them. You understand that? Like, that's basically what it is. Me doing the complete opposite of what my baby mothers do. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I tell her, what, like, knowing I'm not gonna give her the money. Like, yeah, I'll help you. Yeah, sure. And to be honest, I actually tried to force myself to just be a bigger person and just help her. Didn't work. Couldn't do it with every drop of energy I had in my system. I said, you know what? Because I know if she do get this money, I'm still not going to get this money back. And I'm going to feel some type of way. Because I'm like, yo, you got all your money. You got this whole lawsuit. And you're not going to pay my money back. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not beef for her. Like, if it's that important, you know you're going to get it, you're going to have to do whatever you got to do to get that money. That's what I said. But that tick for tack, man. But it's like, I'm not helping her. Like, our thing is personal, right? Tell me why I find out after, almost a month not talking to my daughter that she's gone. Like, I haven't spoken to my baby mother since I decided not to help her with the lawsuit or whatever she was trying to do. Pay for a lawyer or whatever. I'm like, nah, I'm not that person. Like, you gotta figure this out for yourself. You know what I mean? But I lied and said I was gonna help her, and I did. She lied and said she was gonna get my daughter, and she did first, though. But, okay, whatever. At least mine is more personal. Like, I'm not going through our daughter. Like, it's one for you. You can get that money from everybody else, not me. You just know you probably done tapped out from everybody. Failing to realize she tapped out from me, too. So, she moved with our daughter to Florida, Orlando Beach, Florida. Now, I don't find out. All I know is I can't get in contact with my baby mother, Tiana, so I calls my baby mother's Tiana's mother, Tanisha. Tanisha tells me, well, her mother said that that Serenity and the kids are asleep. I'm gonna tell her that you want to speak to your daughter, right? Hangs up. And my baby mother calls me back. Now, once again, Tanisha just doesn't want to be involved in the whole situation, but at the same time wants to be involved in the whole situation. Like, she's a weirdo. Because it's like, okay, I understand you don't want to get in it, but this is not a situation that you don't have, that you need not to get in. Like, I don't know where my daughter is. You know where my daughter is. And your child is being a petty, vindictive, spiteful, B-word, whatever. Like she always is. Like her mother knows how messed up her daughter is. And the way she deal with it, like, she nonchalant. And I'm like, well, I want to be nonchalant too. Like, what the hell? You're not gonna let this little girl keep disrespecting me. And I emphasize a little girl because she's young as hell. To be honest, I be trying not to be mad because I'm like, yo, that was stupid anyway of me. I was doing whatever. But child here, talking to my baby, asking her when I could see her. She like, oh, she want to see me Friday. Then her mother, of course, because her mother's always in my daughter's ear. Like, I can't never speak to my kids and their mother not be there listening to what I'm talking to my child about. Never. Because it's just never going to happen unless I have that child. And then once that child goes home, they're interrogated thoroughly, harassed by mother, like, for somebody to be so whatever, they be always looking for information all the time. Like, all this information you acquire, you still whatever. Like, that don't make no sense. But it's the reality of the whole situation. So I find out damn near a whole month later that my child was in Florida. My mother just up and left. And being that I couldn't just speak to my child, I wound up eventually having to speak to my daughter. Because it's like, I'm not understanding why you had to leave. All you had to do was get away from the bum assholes you stayed around all the time. And of all places in the entire world, you go to Florida. She has no idea. I got family in Florida that blow hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And you wouldn't even know they had that money. Like they be blowing bread. Like they be like rent, hair, nails, everything. Then they out there. They jamming, they doing their thing. My baby mother like, oh, I got my job. She got 2 jobs where she at. Other girl, she got a job. And to be honest, like it's weird because my baby mother is in Florida with her ex-girlfriend, the one that was at my dad at the hospital, acting like she was the father of my child. Ex-girlfriend. So my baby's mother's ex-girlfriend is with her in Florida with her child, my baby mother and her 2 daughters. Like it's just crazy. Like it was just like wow. So you go to Florida with your girlfriend's ex-girlfriend to start a new life because you assuming that you're gonna make all this money because my child was sick in the hospital. I'm saying this in my head, but my words that I spoke out my mouth was, okay, it's nothing I could do. Like, all right, whatever. I just got to figure this out. I'm so tired of figuring shit out. Oh, I'm so tired. Like, it's every time I turn around, is you got to figure it out. Like, it's it's F you. Because you're a man and you have a penis. And you're a bad guy. Because who told you to have a penis? Like you're wrong. Like, you're going to burn in hell. Khalif, you're gonna burn in hell because you have a penis. You should not have a penis because it's wrong to have one. Like I'm really confused. I don't know what to do anymore. It's like wow, like I'm really going through it because I have a penis. Every man has a penis. Like why? Like there's people who get treated better than me and they got penises. Like it's just really crazy. Like I don't understand it. And it's not like you be like, oh, I'm treating you like this because you got a little penis. That is definitely not the case here. I guess I got the penis that's big enough to hate. Like you like you're not like, oh, I love that penis. I never do nothing to let that penis go. I get the. You think he all that because he got big penis? Like no, it's not even that. I don't even think I have a big penis. Like I feel like it's not big enough because if it was. I don't think I'd be getting all of this, like this drama and stuff. Like it's like oh, you got just right penis. That's why I hate you. Like, is that what it is? Like it's like I don't know. Like I'm confused. Like I don't know what it is, man. I just feel like other guys don't get treated like I do, and I just want to know why. Like what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Is it the penis? Like I'm serious. Like it's really killing me sometimes, man. I just don't. I want to know. Like what would make you think that? Like, why do they do that though? Like, just she up and moved to Florida with my daughter because she wanted to change her life. I don't know why people think that in order for things to change in their life, they have to always change their environment. If you have to go to another environment to change your life, it's not your environment. It's definitely you. Especially when you move to the same freaking type of environment, just different place. Like, I really don't understand. Like, the only difference between Florida, the part of Orlando, the Florida in here, is that it's probably got less public transportation. But who knows? They probably got more. Like, I'm just confused. Like, why take baby though? Like, why take my baby with you? Like, she did. Yo, that's just crazy, man. And all I hear my daughter says, I miss my sisters. Like, I miss you. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. It's crazy. It's real crazy because she don't even have custody of our child to even make that move. She don't. Like, she really don't have custody of our child to even make that move. And I'm over here sitting in the back of my head just trying to figure out what is the smart thing to do in a situation like this. And I honestly don't want to be smart. I just really want to be very violent. Like, it's just like, why be smart? Smart isn't working. Because if you're dealing with whatever, smart don't work with whatever. Violence does. You know what I mean? Because violence is like a turned up version of whatever. And it'd be like, what the F? Like, yo, what the Frank? Like, I'm serious, man. It's just like, I really be trying. But it's just hard to understand. Like it's like, bunk the father. He's not important. Tell child support that. Like, that's why I be saying the things that, like why I gotta sit up here? Like, you don't know the misery of wanting to be in your child's life. And not only can you not be in your child's life when you want to, you have to pay child support on top of that. Like, that's crazy. That's salt on the wound. That's adding insult to injury. Like, yeah, whatever behind fell and hurt yourself and lost your ring and lost your job and lost your home. Ha 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 ha. Like, it's really funny because it's not you. That's what people don't be understanding. Like, you don't understand because it's not you. I'm telling you, you just use your head. Like, don't nobody want their child to be taken away from them if they love their child. Nobody, not the father, not the mother. Cousins don't want to see their cousins leave. Aunties don't want to see their nieces leave. Neither do the uncles. Like, you really be looking at people like it's not about you. It's all, whenever a female do something, it's always about them. And that's all I be trying to stress. Like you keep failing to realize it's not about you. You make the move you have to make for your child. All she really had to do, she didn't have to go nowhere. All she had to do was stop messing around with the bum she was messing around with. She didn't stop. She moved to a whole nother state, like 24 hours away. By car, if you're driving legally, Orlando, easily 24 hours away. That's a whole entire day away. With a strag, like, you moved away, you moved out of town with a thought. Like, I was seeing her on the street. She was like, Kylie, I'm looking at her. Like, I don't know you. You're like, it's such and such. I'm like, oh. And then I keep it moving. Like, why is you talking to me? Like, I don't talk to you. Like, you wonder thought. Like, you reappear and disappear thought. Like, you thoughtish. The thoughts, man. Yo, it's just crazy. The thoughts, man. They do whatever they want with kids, with your life, kids' life, their life. It's just retarded. And you just got to sit up here and deal with it because you have penis. That's crazy.